One of the great things about online education is that we practitioners, we teachers, have some of the finest and most creative minds in the entire world working day and night to present and share a set of tools which are not actively user hostile, but user friendly and very, very useful in the presentation, assessment, and all aspects of instruction. I am by no means an expert in Mindmup. I'm not even an expert in knowing what the tool is. Mindmup is a very sophisticated tool. I just started working with it, and I wanted to show you some elementary uses of it. I'm very intrigued by what's called concept maps, very similar to mind maps, but in economics and statistics, I really think that mind maps, or concept maps rather, are really, really useful. So I'm going to show you a quick example of how to work it. You can sign up for a free account online, mindmup.com, and just register with them, and away you go. There is a paid version, but I'm using the free version. There are lots of tutorials available, so this is just really an introduction. And then I just want to show you some of what is possible with more sophisticated use than I'm doing with concept maps and mind maps. So this is what the work surface looks like when you open it up. And again, lots of help and so on. But I'm going to do something. I'm going to add an image just to show you that you can add an image. I'm going to use this one from long ago. Copies to the work surface area. You can reposition it. This is an old social media thing that I found this graphic, and Professor Steve Faces 15.3. That's an old designation for a CrossFit games workout. Anyway, I'm going to use it for this purpose to show 3 steps in Nukitsuke. So what's Nukitsuke? Drawing the sword. That's what Nukitsuke means. So this is a tutorial, or an overview of the process of Nukitsuke. Oops, spell it right. And let's see, so it titles it automatically, and now we want to show the steps. So let's show the steps. So we click this on and insert a child node. We're going to insert step 1, draw katana. Step 2, point to target. And step 3, oops, where did step 3 go? Oops, go back to the original node there. Step 3, and you can arrange these later, obviously, as I'll show you. Assume, posture, or kamae. All right, so let's arrange this in some kind of order here. And so that's nice. Here's a little graphic here. You can move that around. And the 3-step process for Nukitsuke. Easy for me to say. Draw katana, point to target, and assume kamae. Nukitsuke. And from there, after a little practice, you can but what I'm showing you now is just an example of, I think, the power of sort of a infographic, like a concept map or a mind map. In this case, health, the key components of health: sleep, diet, exercise, and stress levels, and so on. Really nice little visual, quick overview, and showing the connections. Here's a concept map from statistics. Here's the main idea, processing data, correlation, and then the subcategories like experiments, rank, and so on for correlation coefficients, collecting data, all kinds of related concepts there, graphs and charts. We've got histograms, box plots, and so on. Time series, probability concept, distribution. So a whole course really could be laid out in such a concept map. Here's another indicating, I think, a process for scientific investigation, evaluation, conclusion, result, method, fair test, question, hypothesis, prediction, experiment, safety, all showing their relationship to one another, the concept, how they're connected, and procedural steps over here, step 1, step 2, step 3, and what method of experiment is being used or investigation. So that's very useful in science. So you can see a whole host of very powerful and useful applications of concept maps and mind maps and so on. But I wanted to share with you, this is from the Mindmup site itself. I like this quote in particular. I'll just highlight this and read this. A concept map or a conceptual diagram is a visualization of relationships between a group of ideas. Concept maps are structurally similar to mind maps, but instead of conveying meaning through hierarchies and relative position, concepts are depicted with directional links, notes, and attributes. Concept maps are useful to visualize knowledge graphs, explain relationships between components, and illustrate flows and structural dependencies. And then it goes on to talk about how, again, the finest and most creative minds in the world are working overtime to help us make these things, be the authors of our own concept maps or mind maps. This is an example, key tips for creating concept maps, adding concepts to the map, and so on. Just a little bit of what I showed earlier about at the most elementary level. But it's a very, very powerful and intriguing tool. And as I integrate more concept mapping in my courses, I think I'm going to be visiting this site a great deal. So hopefully I've whetted your appetite for all things Mindmup, and you'll consider getting an account if you don't have an account. And if you're an experienced user, apologies to you. But I just wanted to give people kind of a quick sample of what it can do and what the utility of Mindmup tools would be to many, many courses in many different disciplines, social studies, world languages, science, math, all kinds of applications, possibilities. So thanks very much for listening, and happy mind mupping.